Hello, Aries. How are you? Today is December 10th, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. Now, I'm not feeling well, so if you hear my voice a little weird or I'm not making a lot of sense or can't come up with the word, that's why. This full moon in Gemini conjunct Mars, which was also conjunct my natal Mars, was like ridiculous. I hope for everyone else it was a little more peaceful, but like in the last few days, my daughter and I got food poisoning at our favorite restaurant in Florence. Both of our trains were over 2 hours late. We had to buy multiple tickets, and now my oven just exploded. So you may remember in the Mars and Gemini reading, the retrograde, I said it was going to be kind of like the worst Mercury retrograde, and here we are. So if you are having like weird things happening out of the blue, it's that mix of Sagittarius energy and the moon conjunct Mars there. So hopefully things will have passed. Let's take a look. Let's get the overall energy for Aries for the week of December 10th, 2022. Overall energy for Aries week up December 10th. And after we got food poisoning, of course, she's young, so she snapped back. But then I got sick again, which is my second time getting sick in 2 months. Still not the C word. Anyway, overall energy, December 10th, 2022. Okay, we got 2 cards here. Of course we do. One is voyage and one is security, right? And that fire is literally my oven exploding. So let's read these for a second. And I feel like this voyage came out not too long ago, but I'm going to start with security. And it says, you are safe and protected no matter what is occurring in your life. You are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt on in the car, making sure your insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit, interesting, then let go. If you have been hyper vigilant lately, take a break. Relax, know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the creator. So this is like dot your I's, cross your T's, like take care of your shit, because it could be one of those energies that like if a mechanical failure, I usually find with like when Mars and Uranus touch each other, that there tends to be mechanical failures and things like that. They were semi-sextile, which is a minor aspect, but sometimes those minor aspects actually come through a lot stronger because we're kind of blindsided by them. We don't see them coming directly like we would in opposition or a conjunction. So this one is, make sure if you have things that you're not taking care of in your house or in your life, then do that. And then we have this voyage card. Get ready. You are about to embark on a journey. It might be an inner sojourn, or it might be an outer voyage to a distant land. It might be a project or an idea that's coming to life, but most certainly you are an intrepid traveler sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Get prepared. And that's the second time we get a message of being prepared, right? Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, but also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Sometimes. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. Okay, interesting. So let's get the challenge energy. What's the challenge energy for Aries week of December 10th? Too many. Oh. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Ace of Swords. So clarity, seeing things in a new way, you actually may have trouble getting clarity on what the next step is. You may have trouble hearing what the message is or understanding what the next thing is to do. Sorry, let me pull these in so you can see them a little bit better. And what these two cards said is, and this has been coming up a lot in the readings, is that, there is a moment of change that's coming up. There is a transformation. We are kind of in between worlds, like Wheel of Fortune. Things are spinning in the middle of a cycle. It's about to close out and move forward. We're moving somewhere, but the idea of preparation, right? And you may be sort of stuck in a place of like, well, what do I do next? And the answer to that question is what comes up in here. It's like, make sure that your bases are covered. Make sure that, so I just got this image of like, if you're setting up a Christmas tree, instead of worrying about what's going up at the top, like, oh, well, do we put that heavy star on the top? Do we put the diamond star? Like, start with, is this tree like in the right pot? Does it have access to water? Is the cat gonna knock it over? Like, focus on the bases right now, not necessarily the adornments. You want to focus really on what's in front of you. Tie up any loose ends, right? So if, you've been having things that haven't been working in the house and it's been a while that you've been needing to take care of them, take care of them. If you have taxes that you were supposed to pay and you're like, I'll do it next week, do them, right? Like, so take care of any outstanding stuff, because when it's time to move, you don't want to carry that weight for you. You want to move forward with a clean slate, right? This is the Ace of Swords, talking about consciousness, like new energy, clean energy. So to make sure to take care of the things that you need to take care of in your daily life right now, before you're able to actually get to the next level. Let's do the lesson. And that's kind of like, we have another month of Mars retrograde. God help us. And then it goes direct in January. There's also a Mercury retrograde at the end of the month, right? So that's kind of like preparation time, because if anything is going to blow up, it's going to blow up in that period, which will be the first couple of weeks in January. So you want to make sure that you have as much of your stuff settled and taken care of as possible before then. Can I get the lesson, please, for Aries for the week of December 10th, 2022? Okay, impartiality, getting balanced. To me, this is also like doing the work around the house, taking care of the things that you need to take care of, not putting too much energy into one thing or the other, but making sure that everything is taken care of, like doing both things. Leaving your world in a state of balance, not leaving things out of balance where it's like, oh, I need, I have so much more to do here than I need to do here. Let's see what else we have. Okay. There's also something here about like the twins, right? Mars and Gemini, hearing both sides of a story, getting to the bottom of, what's the black and the white, staying open in a kind of a neutral space so that information can come to you. But it's also like, to me, it's also a question of peace of mind, like taking care of the things that you need to take care of so that you're energetically in a very balanced state so that information can come into you. And if you're overweighted, like if one of these is weighing you down with like, oh, I have to do this, or, there's so much to do over here, and you're not in a balanced place, then this clarity, this consciousness can't come through. And you don't really feel safe, right? You know, it's like if you're kind of like chasing your tail or always having to do things that are outstanding, it doesn't give you a sense of security because you don't feel balanced and grounded. So that's kind of the energy right now, especially with, you know, with all this mutable going on. It's very important to stay grounded. Let's get 3 cards for the week of December 10th, 2022. Okay, so what do we have here? The 9 of Wands, feeling a little defensive, cautious. 2 more cards, please. Oh. Okay, 8 of Cups, moving away from something. And 1 more card, please. One more card for the week of December 10th, 2022. Okay. And the 8 of Pentacles. So actually, these kind of mirror these cards here, right? There's this 9 of Wands talking about feeling insecure or feeling defensive, right? Not coming from a place of feeling strong and feeling balanced, just kind of like being off kilter. And then the idea of the voyage, of moving towards something else. And then the idea of, you know, like I said before, doing the work, like take care of what you need to take care of to get yourself to be in balance. And since this is Pentacles, so it's interesting because the only suit that's missing here is the swords, right? And this is the swords here, which was in the challenge position. So the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, getting that clarity is a little hard one right now because there's so much going on everywhere else. You know, you've got the wands on fire, the cups on fire, the pentacles on fire, that really being clear-minded is a little bit of a challenge right now. And so what these cards sort of say to us is that, you know, to really work on getting yourself grounded, to focus on what it is that you need to focus on. You're probably going to have to move away from something. There was probably some sort of ending that came for you in the full moon, causing you to seek out something new, getting something new, deciding that actually this isn't for you anymore. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be a home appliance. It could be a vacation spot. Like there's some sort of moving away from something that was causing you a sense of instability, a sense of I'm not safe here, right? And moving towards something that can make you feel a little bit more stable, more grounded, more like you have shit under control here, right? And so that's kind of like the message here to me is really just focus right now on the things that you can do, right? Instead of worrying about solving the big issues right now, mental issues, really take care of the things going on in your life, and the communication about like what's next, like the clarity that you're looking for is going to come in when you're in a more balanced state. And because of the energy that is in the sky right now, it is near impossible to be balanced. So to work as much as possible, like head down, do what you can do, take care of the things that you need to take care of. And in the right time, things will be revealed. Let me see where all this is leading. I pulled out, I rarely use this deck, but I pulled out the Angel Oracle today because I was like, I feel like we need a little bit of a blessing. So I'll do that for you at the end. You can definitely be feeling very frazzled, you know, and so it's really a question of just taking care of the things that you can, leaving behind the things that are causing you anxiety and causing you to feel unsafe, and really putting in the work and the effort to getting yourself grounded to a state of balance as you prepare for what comes next. You know, kind of also like really wrapping up loose ends here. Let me get where this leads, please. Oh, of course, they always fall on the floor, don't they? Okay, we have the moonlight. So there's that full moon. And then follow the leader, right? Where the path leads. Now, I don't know if these came up in reverse or not, so I'm just going to leave them the way that they are. So something will have become clear under this full moon about what the next steps are, right? And you may not like have it entirely clear, but you have the direction. But before you can start walking it, there are still some things that need to be taken care of, right? Or you may be in a position to now you understand what it is that you don't want and where you need to work to be able to get to where you do want. And again, if this information is still kind of coming in for you, it's important to get into a state of balance and groundedness so that you can sort of tune into that. The less frazzled and the less nervous energy that's coming out of us, the more equipped we are to really see what the next steps on the path are. Let me get some advice here from Mercury. Okay, advice from Mercury for Aries, week of December 10th, please. Advice for Aries, week of December 10th. The arrow. Okay, so they're talking about focus. And, you know, that's kind of what's coming up here. Like getting rid of all the shit that's around here and being very sort of laser focused. But getting rid of all the shit around there can be a question of mental clarity, like clearing out what you need to clear out. It can also be a question of, you know, taking care of the things that you need to take care of, whether those are professional, emotional, financial, relationships, family, friends, right? There's all these arrows flying around you right now that can be distracting. And so by dealing with them one by one, you know, the ones that some will have to be dealt with, some will have to be walked away from, and some will have to be just left alone, right? Where you're like, okay, well, on that one, we're going to just agree to disagree, and I'm going to focus my energy elsewhere, right? Because this guy's like kind of stuck here because he's so focused on that situation, whereas if he just did something else, it wouldn't be so defensive. You know, so pointing your mind in the right direction, but taking care of all this where you can, all this excess nervous energy around us and all this stuff that's going on around us. So like the many arrows on this card, your mind is flitting in many directions and your thoughts are scattered. However, you are being urged to bring some order into your life and make plans. I love these things when they sum everything up. The only way for you to achieve your dreams is by decluttering all those thoughts well enough to determine what they even are. It's time to become like the one arrow in the center of the card that shoots straight and to the point. You can achieve this by taking time out to decide what your goal is, planning how you can reach it, working out a schedule to stick by, and then focusing. You will find that you become stronger and more grounded as you go straight to what you really want in life. Focus on positivity and you will make your mark. This is the way to good fortune and blessings for the world around you and ultimately for yourself. And the incantation is, my mind is like an arrow in flight. It's focused sharp so that I might hit the mark and reach my goal to free my dreams and feed my soul. And here the other meanings are: start to prioritize, make a list of what is important in your life, walk away from anything that takes you away from your main focus, be straight and to the point, detox your mind through positive thinking, and practice meditation, right? So it's really about decluttering, knowing what you need to walk away from, what you need to just leave alone, where you need to point your attention, what are the things you need to be focused on, because we really need to, it's about getting back to a very balanced, grounded, impartial state. So this information about what the next steps are on the path can come through, but they can't come through when there's all this noise. Now let me get this final angel blessing for you here. Ooh, so many. All right, can I get one angel blessing for Aries? Okay, so it is the angel of harmony. And it says, I live in harmony when I am at one with source. Now let me read this to you here. Oh dear, this is one of those books where they don't put them in good order. All right, but I found it. Okay, so it says, this is the angel of harmony is attended by the most beautiful birds of the air, very Gemini, no? Flocking to the sanctuary of its peaceful spirit. Symbols of flourishing concord, the songbirds show the sense of harmony that good relationships can give to us. And the gift for the earth is that it can help us to live a harmonious life, seek out people and places which are harmonious, help us to express our spirits in a harmonious way. So yeah, it's really about getting centered, getting stable, getting peaceful, decluttering, finding peace, finding harmony so that you can get in tune with yourself to understand where it is that your next steps are going to go. And probably those next steps are going to be taken mid-January. So if you're not going forward on anything right now, it's not a surprise. Take this time to really declutter, right? Like Marie Kondo your life over the next couple of weeks. Hope this was helpful. See you at the next reading. Take care. Bye-bye.